What's up, Tech News Scoops crew? Well, it's happened. Apple has just pulled back the curtain on its next-gen silicon, and we are diving deep. In this explainer, we're going to break down everything you need to know about the powerful new M5 family.
Okay, let's just get right into it. Apple just dropped its new M5 family of chips. We're talking the M5, M5 Pro, and M5 Max. And yeah, the performance gains are impressive across the board, but the real story, the one you need to pay attention to, is this massive leap forward for on-device artificial intelligence.
This new lineup, it really covers everyone, from everyday users all the way up to the most demanding professionals. So let's start with the big guns and get into what actually makes these new Pro chips tick.
All right, so the secret sauce, the key to all this incredible power in the M5 Pro and M5 Max, is a brand new design that Apple is calling Fusion Architecture.
Now, the concept here is pretty wild. Apple is basically taking two super powerful 3rd-gen 3nm chips and stitching them together into one absolute monster of a system on a chip. And they're using this crazy advanced packaging so there's no performance penalty.
It's just an incredibly clever way to scale performance. By combining two dies, Apple can pretty much double things like GPU cores and memory bandwidth without having to design one single gigantic and super complex piece of silicon from scratch. It's smart engineering.
And that's not all. The M5 Pro and Max also introduce a totally new CPU layout. You've got 6 supercores, and Apple claims these are the world's fastest for those blisteringly quick single-threaded tasks, like launching an app. And then those are paired with 12 all-new performance cores that just chew through heavy multi-threaded workloads, like rendering a video, super efficiently. So, how does this new architecture translate into real-world power for the M5 Pro and M5 Max? Well, the numbers are frankly staggering. First up, memory. The M5 Max can be configured with a whopping 128 gigabytes of unified memory. For 3D artists, video editors, and especially for AI researchers working with huge language models, having that much fast access memory is a complete game changer. It could slash project times and enable totally new workflows.
And then on the graphics side, the M5 Max now scales all the way up to a 40-core GPU. That is an enormous amount of graphics horsepower for rendering complex scenes, running visual effects simulations, or even some high-end gaming.
But this is the headline stat. This is what everyone's talking about. With a new neural accelerator inside each GPU core, these new chips deliver over 4 times the peak GPU compute specifically for AI tasks compared to the M4 generation. That's not just a step up, it's a huge signal of where Apple is focusing its energy.
And this table here, it just lays it all out so clearly. While both the Pro and the Max share that same beastly 18-core CPU, you can see the M5 Max is built for people who need to push the absolute limits. It doubles the Max GPU cores, doubles the memory, and doubles the memory bandwidth. Just wow.
Okay, let's shift gears a little bit. Away from the super high-end Pro chips to the hardware that, let's be honest, most people will actually be buying. The new MacBook Air. And yep, it gets the foundational M5 chip.
So the world's most popular laptop is getting some really big, meaningful upgrades. And it's not just about the processor. Apple has doubled the starting storage, thank you, put in a much faster SSD, added next-gen wireless with Wi-Fi 7, and, crucially, it now supports 2 external displays. Finally.
And if you want to put the M5's performance into perspective, just look at this. For a demanding task like 3D rendering in Blender, the new M5 Air is up to 6.5 times faster than the M1 MacBook Air, which was already really capable. That is a massive generational leap. And here it is. This is a change we absolutely love to see. 512 gigabytes is now the new baseline for storage on the MacBook Air. It's such a welcome move, finally leaving that 256 gig base model in the past where it belongs. And, it's more than just extra space. The new SSD is also 2 times faster. That's a quality of life improvement that creators, developers, students, everyone is going to feel that, especially when you're loading huge projects or transferring big files. It just makes everything feel snappier.
So we've thrown a ton of specs and numbers at you. But what's the big takeaway from all this? Right, let's connect the dots on what this really means for you.
When you read this quote from Apple's John Ternus, the whole strategy becomes crystal clear. They are packing more pro-level performance, especially for AI tasks, into their most popular and portable machine. The goal here is to make it the go-to device for pretty much everyone.
Ultimately, this massive boost in AI horsepower across the entire M5 lineup, it signals a huge strategic shift for Apple. This isn't just about making Macs faster anymore, it's about making them smarter. By keeping all this intense processing right on the device, they're paving the way for really powerful, really private AI that understands your context without always calling home to the cloud. And that just leaves us with the big question. With this much intelligence right at our fingertips, what part of our daily lives is it going to transform next?